Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Voice of Diary. Today we're going to listen a very interesting story. So put on your earphones and let's start the story without losing any time. You are listening the Voice of Diary. 28 am, and I run long distance, not because I'm fast, but because it keeps my head straight. I work a regular 9 to 5 in logistics, nothing glamorous, and I train before sunrise around my neighborhood while most people are still asleep. Running is the one thing that's mine. No office politics, no relationship drama. Just me and the road. This year I signed up for my first full marathon. Not a 5K, not a half. A full 26.2 miles. I trained for 6 months. Saturdays were 18-mile runs. Sundays were ice baths and stretching on the living room floor while my girlfriend scrolled on her phone next to me. She's 27F. Works in marketing, big on appearances, social events, networking. She loves brunches, rooftop parties, and posting about balance. She used to joke that my Garmin watch was my real girlfriend. 3 weeks before race day, I asked her casually, "You'll come to the marathon, right? It starts at 7 a.m., but you can get there around mile 20. That's when I'll need the push." She didn't even look up from her phone. "I'm not coming to your marathon. Running is boring, and I have things to do." I thought she was joking. "I'm serious," she added. "It's like watching paint dry. You run. Cool. I'll see you after." There was something about how easily she said it. No hesitation. No compromise. Just dismissal. I said, "It's not just a run. It's 6 months of work. I want you there." She sighed. "Why does everything have to be a big emotional thing with you? I support you. I just don't want to wake up at 6 a.m. to watch you jog." That word, jog, I let it go that night. But something shifted. Over the next few days, small things started clicking into place. She had skipped my last 2 long runs. Said she had meetings. But I saw tagged photos of her at bottomless mimosas. She'd promised to cook dinner after my 20-mile run. Instead, she ordered takeout and said, "You're the one who chose to exhaust yourself." I started noticing how often my priorities were inconvenient to her. Then, 4 days before the marathon, she dropped another line. "Oh, by the way," she said while putting on makeup, "I'm hosting a brunch that Sunday at our place." Our place. I pay 70% of the rent. She insisted on the high-rise because it was good for her brand. "The marathon is Sunday," I said. "Exactly. You'll be done by noon. My friends will come around 1. You just said you weren't coming." "Yeah. So? That doesn't stop me from having plans." I stared at her. "So I'll run 26 miles and then walk into a party I didn't agree to?" She shrugged. "It's networking." That was the first time I felt something deeper than disappointment. It felt like she wasn't just uninterested. She was actively undermining it. I told her no. No brunch. Not that day. She rolled her eyes. "You don't own the apartment." "Technically, we're both on a lease. 12-month lease. 4 months left." That night, she slept facing the other direction. The next morning, I got a text from one of her friends. I don't talk to her friends much, but this one accidentally sent me something meant for my girlfriend. "Are we still doing the marathon brunch? LOL, he's going to be so tired. This will be hilarious." I stared at that message for a long time. Hilarious. I didn't reply. I screenshotted it. When I got home that evening, I asked her directly, "Why is it funny?" "What?" "The brunch. Me being tired." She crossed her arms. "You're being dramatic. Your friend texted me by mistake." Her face changed for half a second. "They were joking," she said quickly. "It's not that deep." I said, "It feels disrespectful." She snapped. "You're obsessed with being respected lately. It's exhausting. Obsessed with being respected." I didn't argue. I went for a run instead. On mile 8, something settled in my mind. This wasn't about a marathon. It was about how she saw me. My effort was entertainment. My goals were background noise. And if they interfered with her image, they were negotiable. Race morning came. 5 a.m. alarm. She didn't move. "Good luck," she mumbled. No hug. I drove myself downtown. The city was buzzing. Runners stretching, music blasting, volunteers cheering. It felt bigger than me. I checked my phone before lining up. Nothing from her. The gun went off. First 10 miles felt strong. I kept thinking about mile 20. That's where people hit the wall. That's where I'd hoped to see her. Mile 18. My legs started tightening. Mile 19. I scanned the crowd. Not there. Mile 20. I slowed down slightly. Looked left. Looked right. Instead, I saw something that made my chest tighten. Her. Across the street. At a cafe patio. With her friends. Brunching. They were laughing. Phones out. Mimosas raised. She saw me. For a second, our eyes locked. She waved. Like I was in a parade. Not like I was fighting through pain. I almost stopped running. But I didn't. I turned my head forward and kept going. Mile 21 hurt. Mile 22 hurt worse. But something else kicked in. Not anger. Clarity. I finished in 3:47. Not elite, but strong. I crossed that line alone. My phone had 3 missed calls from her. I didn't call back. Instead, I called my father. He picked up on the second ring. How'd it go? I finished. Proud of you. 2 words. That's it. It was enough. When I got home, the apartment was packed. Music. Laughter. Shoes everywhere. She walked up to me. You finished. We were just about to post a story about you. Were, I said. She frowned. Don't start. I walked into the bedroom and shut the door. That afternoon, while they partied, I opened my laptop. I logged into our shared utilities account. I downloaded every statement. I transferred my portion of the savings back into my personal account. We had a joint account for rent and bills only. Nothing illegal. Everything documented. I also emailed the leasing office. Our lease allows early termination with a 60-day notice and 2 months penalty. I could afford it. She couldn't. Her income fluctuates. Mine doesn't. I scheduled a meeting for Monday. Sunday night. After everyone left, she confronted me. You embarrassed me, she said. How? You ignored everyone. I ran 26 miles. You're acting like I cheated on you. The word hung there. I said, calmly, do you even like me? She blinked. Of course I do. Or, do you just like having a boyfriend who looks disciplined on Instagram? She went quiet. Then she said something that sealed it. I just think your life revolves around things that don't matter. That was it. Monday morning, I met with the leasing office. Explained the situation. They confirmed. If one tenant wants to break the lease, both are liable unless one qualifies solo. I qualified. She didn't meet the income threshold alone. I had options. I chose one. I told her that evening, I'm breaking the lease. I'll cover the penalty. I'm moving out in 60 days. She stared at me. You're overreacting. No, I'm recalibrating. You can't just leave me with nothing. I'm not. You have 60 days, and I'll pay the termination fee. She tried different angles. First, guilt. After everything I've done for you. Then, minimization. It was just a brunch. Then, threats. I'll tell everyone you're unstable. I kept everything in writing. Every conversation after that was via text or email. I wasn't playing emotional ping pong anymore. 2 weeks later, I found out something else. A mutual acquaintance sent me a screenshot. She had been demaying a guy from her gym. For months. Flirty. Suggestive. Plans to finally hang out without the runner boyfriend. Timestamped during my training cycle. I didn't explode. I forwarded the screenshots to myself. Then I confronted her once. Is there anything you want to tell me? She denied it. I showed her. Silence. Then, it wasn't physical. That's not the point. She tried to flip it. Maybe if you weren't always running. I raised my hand. Stop. That night, I called the leasing office again. Asked if I could remove my name and let her take over a loan if she suddenly qualified. She didn't. Marketing bonuses aren't consistent income. As the 60 days ticked down, her tone changed. She asked if we could reset, offer to come to my next race. Promised therapy, but I had already seen the pattern. Support when it benefits her. Mockery when it doesn't. On move-out day, I loaded my things quietly. She cried, "You're really choosing running over us?" I said, "I'm choosing someone who shows up." And I left. 3 months later, I ran another marathon. Different city, different course. There was no one at mile 20 waiting. But I didn't look this time. I just ran. If this story hit you somewhere between mile 1 and mile 26, stick around. I promise the next one won't be boring, even if someone thinks running is.